Of all the quiet mysteries in life, few are as heartbreaking as hearing that someone who seemed perfectly fine, someone who just shared a laugh, planned a visit, or talked about next week's errands, suddenly passes away. Families are left stunned. They replay conversations, recall those last smiles, and whisper the same question: what did we miss? It often feels as though life simply stopped without warning. But here's the truth many don't realize. In most cases, the body gives gentle signals long before that moment comes. The problem is, those signals are often brushed aside, misunderstood, or hidden behind the belief that it's just part of getting older. This is why understanding how and why these quiet signs matter is not just important, it's life-saving. What appears as a sudden passing is often the result of months, sometimes years, of unnoticed changes. The body whispers before it shouts. Let's begin with one of the most common and overlooked patterns: ignoring subtle symptoms. Take, for example, Mrs. Doyle. At 73, she was known for her morning walks. She'd greet neighbors, tend her flowers, and always say she felt blessed. But over a few months, she began cutting her walks shorter, saying she felt a little winded. She thought she just needed rest. No one worried. One morning, she didn't appear in her garden. That day changed everything. Her story is shared by many seniors. The smallest symptoms, lightheadedness, swelling in the feet, shortness of breath, unusual fatigue, often get mistaken for aging. But aging itself doesn't cause pain, dizziness, or breathlessness. Those are signs that the body is working harder than it should. Your heart, your lungs, your circulation, they all speak through these minor sensations. That faint chest pressure that only happens when you climb stairs, the shortness of breath when you carry groceries, the dizziness after standing too quickly. These are small, yes, but they're never meaningless. They're early alarms. Doctors often say, you know your body better than anyone. When something feels new or off, don't dismiss it. A 10-minute visit to your doctor could uncover high blood pressure, low oxygen levels, or an irregular heartbeat. These issues are manageable when caught early, but deadly when ignored. Now, let's talk about another silent threat: chronic stress. We often think stress is a young person's problem, but seniors carry invisible burdens that quietly weigh on their health. The loss of a spouse, financial uncertainty, health worries, or loneliness. Many older adults say, "I don't feel stressed, I'm just tired." Yet that tiredness often is stress showing itself through the body. When you're under long-term stress, the body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline chemicals designed to help us survive emergencies. But when these hormones stay elevated for too long, they raise blood pressure, cause inflammation, weaken the immune system, and strain the heart. A person who seems calm on the outside might have a body constantly running in overdrive. And that constant internal tension can lead to heart attacks, strokes, or sudden cardiac events. Managing stress doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means giving the body ways to relax and recover. Simple things make a real difference. Listening to gentle music before bed, taking slow walks, deep breathing for a few minutes each day, gardening or journaling. Even something as small as sitting quietly in the morning sun or talking with a friend helps the mind settle and the body heal. One man, Mr. Lang, 78, used to say, "I've lived through worse." He ignored his stress, convinced he was strong enough to push through. But one night, after weeks of sleeplessness and tightness in his chest, he had a heart attack. Thankfully, he survived, but his story reminds us that strength isn't about ignoring pain. It's about caring for yourself before pain begins. Next, let's explore the role of routine medical checkups, those simple, preventive visits that often make the difference between life and crisis. Many seniors skip checkups for one simple reason: they don't feel sick. But feeling well doesn't always mean being well. Conditions like high cholesterol, diabetes, or heart rhythm problems can live quietly inside the body, causing no symptoms until it's too late. A blood test or ECG can detect trouble long before you feel it. That's why doctors recommend routine checkups at least twice a year for adults over 60. It's not about finding problems, it's about preventing them. Think of checkups like oil changes for your car. You don't wait for the engine to break before you check the oil. You maintain it to keep it running smoothly. Your body deserves the same care. Another important sign many overlook is sudden change in daily routines. When someone who always wakes early starts sleeping until noon, or a person who loves reading suddenly loses interest, it's easy to think it's just old age. But those changes can point to deeper issues like thyroid problems, infections, depression, or early memory decline. Habits are like the body's rhythm. When that rhythm changes abruptly, it's often because the body or brain is trying to adapt to something it doesn't fully understand. A retired teacher named Grace stopped cooking meals she once loved. She began skipping lunch and said she wasn't hungry. A checkup later revealed she had a minor heart condition that was reducing her energy. Her sudden routine change wasn't laziness, it was her body's signal that something was wrong. Families and caregivers should pay close attention to these small shifts. Missed meals, forgotten medications, staying in bed longer than usual, each of these is a clue. Early awareness allows for early help. Let's turn now to something many overlook but that science confirms: repeatedly social connection. When older adults withdraw from social activities, avoid calls, or stop meeting friends, it's more than a personality shift. It's often the start of both emotional and physical decline. Studies show that loneliness increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even early death. Social isolation changes the brain's chemistry, raising stress hormones and reducing immune defenses. The human body was never meant to live in silence. Mr. Benson, a widowed former librarian, used to attend book club meetings every week. When he stopped showing up, everyone assumed he wanted space. But months later, it turned out he was suffering from depression and undiagnosed heart failure. The signs were there: his silence, his retreat, but no one realized how serious it was. Staying connected can literally save lives. It doesn't mean constant socializing, it means regular human touch points. Call a friend once a week, attend a local church or community event, join a senior fitness class or storytelling group. Even chatting with a neighbor over the fence counts. Connection nourishes the mind, and a nourished mind keeps the body alive. Now, there's one final yet often underestimated danger: disregarding medication changes or side effects. As we age, the body processes medicine differently. Many seniors take 5 or more prescriptions daily. Adding or adjusting even one can create unexpected reactions: dizziness, confusion, sleepiness, or unsteady balance. Unfortunately, many people chalk it up to aging rather than side effects. That's why keeping a medication list is vital. Write down every pill you take, name, dose, and timing, and bring it to every appointment. If you feel new symptoms after a medication change, tell your doctor or pharmacist immediately. One woman, Patricia, noticed she was lightheaded after starting a new blood pressure drug. She ignored it for weeks until she fell while getting out of bed. It turned out her dosage was too strong for her age and weight. A simple adjustment fixed it. Awareness can prevent accidents like that. Communication between doctors, patients, and families is key. Always ask, why is this medication being prescribed? What side effects should I look for? Can it interact with what I'm already taking? These questions protect you. Now, let's bring it all together. The stories we've shared today reveal one powerful truth: sudden death in seniors is rarely sudden. It's usually the quiet outcome of missed signs of a body that's been whispering for help. But the hopeful news is this: every one of those signs can be addressed. Every single one. Pay attention to small changes. Manage stress with gentleness. Keep your checkups consistent. Watch for shifts in habits. Stay connected. Monitor your medications carefully. These actions don't take grand effort, they take awareness. Imagine if every older adult treated their body with the same care they once gave their children, their gardens, or their work. Imagine if every family member asked, "How are you really feeling?" instead of assuming silence means peace. The difference could be life itself. Aging is not a countdown, it's a continuation. Your body still fights for balance, still heals, still thrives when you give it the chance. Listening to it is not weakness, it's wisdom. And to families and caregivers, you are the first line of defense. You can notice changes your loved ones may not. Your gentle questions, your encouragement to seek medical help, your time spent sitting beside them, these acts save lives in ways medicine alone never can. So, as we draw this to a close, take a deep breath and think about the people you love or yourself. Have you noticed subtle signs? Have you postponed that doctor visit? Have you let isolation or stress settle quietly in your life? Make today the day you act. Schedule that checkup. Take that walk. Call that friend. Refill that prescription. Safely. Health is not about perfection. It's about presence and consistency. You are your best guardian, your own advocate, your body's closest friend. Listen to its whispers, because awareness, simple, steady awareness, can protect, not perfect. Here's a 300-word call to action ending written in the same calm, compassionate tone as your main video script, while naturally leading into the YouTube engagement request. It sounds authentic and warm, not pushy, and feels right for a senior-focused health channel. Before you go, take a quiet moment to think about what we've shared today. Your health, your peace of mind, matters more than you may realize. Every simple choice you make, every small act of attention, has the power to protect the life you've built and the memories you're still creating. Let today be the start of a new habit, listening to your body, managing your stress, keeping your checkups, and staying connected to people who care. Awareness is not about fear, it's about strength, about giving yourself more days filled with laughter, comfort, and purpose. If this message has given you something valuable to think about, don't let it end here. Someone you know might need this reminder too, a friend, a neighbor, or a family member who keeps saying, "I'm fine." Sharing this video could be the very thing that opens their eyes to the importance of early attention and self-care. So please, take a moment to like this video, it helps others discover it. Share it with someone who could use a little encouragement today. And most importantly, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Here, we bring you real, practical, and heartfelt health insights, simple steps that can make a lasting difference in your well-being. Every day, we explore topics that help you live longer, live better, and live with awareness. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss new videos packed with life-saving, life-enriching information. And before you leave, drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your experiences, your questions, or what today's message reminded you of. Because together, we're not just learning about health, we're building a community that cares, listens, and chooses life every single day.